started. So we discussed with the operating system. What is operating system? Because we are already having an idea about hardware. So simple point of thing is three layers. One is hardware layer. So hardware layer means hardware means you have a computer or a laptop, maybe mobile phone. So I gave you directly that hardware means, so what is it contains, like a CPU is there, right? RAM is there, right? ROM means your BIOS. ROM means your BIOS chip is there. Of course, all are connected to your motherboard and your hard disk or SSD. Network NIC card is there. This is your basic point of your hardware components. You have a hardware. Now you want to do something like you want to create a document. Okay, you want to create a document or some mathematical operation. Okay, or maybe you want to do some programming or you want to play a game. Okay, so where you will do all these things? Where you will do all these things? On a application. On a application, right? So I want to draw this picture where I have to draw in the paintbrush. Paintbrush is an application. Okay, I'm writing on the Excel sheet, attendance Excel sheet. It's an application. Okay, so we are communicating through this Microsoft Teams. It's an application. It's an application, right? So different applications. We use it for different purposes. And to work on that application also, I need an interface. I need an interface. So I need an interface. User interface is required. And I want to run different types of applications. To run this application, I need that supporting environment is also required, right? But we can't directly do it on the hardware. So we need something in between your applications and your interface to you. So that is what we need is an operating system. So what we need is operating system between user, application, okay, and hardware. So what we need is an operating system. Without this operating system, you can't get any interface to interact with your computer. You want to run an application, we need an environment to run that application. Means we need an environment. That is means operating system is required. Okay. So you want to take a printout. So first of all, we need some interface to give print, right? So that is who is providing that operating system. Okay. So that's the point. So user want to interact with your hardware, run your applications. What we need is an operating system. Let's understand what is operating system. Operating system is a software which is act as a interface between the end user and computer hardware. To act as an interface between end user means the person who is using, I'm an end user, and my computer hardware. Okay. Every computer must have at least one operating system to run other programs. I want to do some programming like a C, C++, Java, Python. So I need some IDE to install in it. So then I can type the programming code, right? Right? So where this is running, which will understand, which will interrupt my information. This is operating system only. Operating system provide that environment to run this. Different applications like your Google Chrome, web browsers, Word, Excel, PowerPoints, games, all need some environment which will run the and perform this task. Operating system help you to communicate with a computer without knowing how to speak computer language, without knowing any binary language, hexadecimal language, Maybe some of you, mainly CSC, IT, EC department people, microcontroller programming is there. Microprocessor, microcontroller 8085, 8086 microprocessor. Use assembly language to program it. Again, this assembly language like move A comma 10, move B comma 20, okay, add A comma B, okay, result return. So you given a program that is again converted into hexadecimal format to binary, and it is stored in your processor memory, process it, and you display the output, right? So that is the basic core configuration. Mm, okay, environment, that is what it is. But are we doing, everybody is doing that same thing for doing small tasks for entire assembly language you have to write? Not required. No need of knowing this hexadecimal codes and what we need is simple service direct interface. I want to play games. I don't require to know how to write a program for it or write a hexa code for that one binary format. Simply I will install it and run it. So I need that kind of environment. Operating systems are providing that one. It is not possible for user to use any computer or a mobile device without operating system. Nowadays, we are using a smart mobile phone. We are using Android, iOS kind of operating system. Even older keypad phones, small featured phones. Okay, it is also contains some operating system. Maybe it is not Android, but it is somewhere. Like even Nokia, they use Symbian operating system. Okay, see Nokia mobile. Different mobile phone, different types of voices are there for user interface purpose. Okay, running applications for this. Understanding, making communication with the device. To make communication with your device, this interface is required. That is our operating system. Yes. Okay. What is an operating system? Okay. The operating system actually two parts. Operating system, you can divide into two parts. One part of operating system communicate with your hardware. One part of operating system communicate with your hardware. Another part of operating system provide a user interface, run user applications, and provide environment to run the applications. The operating system which interacts with your hardware is called a kernel. Operating system which is interact with your hardware is called a kernel. This kernel is understand how to communicate with your hardware devices. So what are the program, what are the command I'm given as from my user interface, or I'm running an application that your hardware directly cannot understand. So it needed to be converted into kernel. So kernel is the program, the operating system part is a kernel. That's kernel is also a software program which understands your hardware devices, how to interact with the CPU, how to interact with the RAM, how to provide that instructions and data as per RAM requirement. Okay, so you are playing a song. So you are playing a song means so there is a audio chip. What are your song data should be converted into the audio chip understandable language, and it processed through audio chip, and that outcome again come take it and give it to the speaker. From there you can able to listen. Yeah, you are able to listen means so whatever my data is, my microphone will take it and process with my audio chip and give it to the digital format and forward send through this as an electronic signal through internet, which is you received at your application layer again. From your application layer, again it will send to this audio related things to the audio chip, process it, and you can able to listen from your speaker or headphones kind of stuff, right? So this is what happened. This kernel knows how to convert it, understand it, how to communicate with this audio chip, processor, RAM, your video chipset, graphic cards, printers. These are all different hardware devices. It knows how to work on it. Device drivers. The drivers also one a part of a device drivers. These drivers also comes under kernel part of operating system. Sometimes default operating system does not have certain devices related program. So then you have to install these device drivers manually. So then your kernel, it is works with your kernel and to communicate with your hardware devices. So kernel, which is interact with your hardware, understand hardware kind of stuff. Where is your processor, processing, process management, network management, disk management, hardware device management. Okay. So all these things will done by your kernel only. Another part of operating system, we call it as a shell. This shell is the top layer of your operating system. Means it is actually interact with your process, right? Different shells with a shell it can be actually which is providing user interface. So the user can able to interact with your computer, mobile phone or a laptop kind of stuff. Okay. So shell provide the environment to run your application. Shell provide an environment to run users commands. Commands. Okay. So that is what it is, shell. You guys understand what is kernel and shell? Now in speaking as it is becomes. But don't worry about your result. You will see. That is, you will suffer in afternoon. Okay. On is speaking it. Okay. So this is operating system architecture. What is operating system architecture means? There is a two parts already we discussed, kernel and shell. These architectures we'll discuss in generally when you are learning about Linux or Unix. That time definitely kernel and shell, that the kind of stuff discussion is there. But when you are learning about Windows, the people are not talking about anything about kernel and shell. But whatever it is, guys, any operating system, it can be any operating system. It can be Windows, Linux, Android, iOS, whatever it is an operating system is generally it is two parts of operating system. So kernel which interacts with your hardware. The kernel manages your hardware related things, devices related things, disk example, disk management, process management, network management, memory management. Okay, devices or hardware devices management done by your kernel. Okay, process management like a disk management or network or a memory management. Shell provide a user interface. Shell provide a user interface. Interact with the user. Provide user interface. Runs user applications. It provides environment to run applications. This is about a shell. The shell, which is in Linux and Unix, the shell is the current shell is born again shell. The current shell is born again shell. That is called a bash shell. Current shell is bash shell. What we are using is bash shell in Linux and Unix operating systems. Born shell is earlier, little earlier shell, born shell is also used. Other than that one, different shell environments are there. T shell, C shell, K shell kind of stuff is also there. Just I'm adding that information. Just only small and important one is like in Linux and Unix, bash shell we are using. Just additional pointer. Okay, shell and shell provide user interface. So what is this user interfaces? Command line user interface, graphical user interface, text-based or terminal-based user interfaces are there. Command line interface. For example, this is a command line interface. So I can do any task. I can give any task or running a command or running an application. So all these things I can do by simple command line only. Mainly in a Linux operating system, we use the command line with a high power. Even a Cisco routers and switches, mostly we are interacting with the command line interface only. We configuring it. Okay. So it's a command line interface means it's a commands by through command we are able to give instructions, commands, or maybe input. Okay, or we run different tasks using the command line interface. That is command line. GUI, so graphical user interface. That's entire your Windows is mainly GUI interface. You can open an application, you can close an application, you can do different types of tasks with an interface of graphical only. With a simple mouse click, you can open, close, and run things. That is a graphical. So everything you can able to see what's going on in your direct visualization. Okay. Text-based or terminal-based interface. These text-based or terminal-based interfaces are basically from command line, so but it is little different compared to other this one. Okay, so in generally it is earlier, if you know very old C, C++, Turbo C time. So to save your C language from Turbo C, we'll get some kind of interface like a go to file, saving like that. So different kind of mode is there. So that's this terminal based interface. It's now Linux also we are getting some NMTUI, TUI based interfaces. Just look like this one. Like this. See, it is not a graphical, not a text. Okay, it's not a graphical, not a text, but using simple keyboard. So you can navigation, you can enable adapter, you can disable adapter, we can give an IP address with a simple navigation instead of typing commands. Okay, instead of typing commands, you can do it. So example is NMTUI. This is a TUI type, terminal array text-based interfaces. These are the user interfaces. The shell, based on what shell you are using. So based on that, what type of interface you are getting, CLI based, in that CLI, what type of commands you can run it. GUI, what kind of work you can able to do in GUI, what kind of TUI things you can able to work. Depends upon that operating system shell. Okay, guys, understand up to here. What is an operating system? Operating system architecture.
Yes, sir.
Okay, finally one response here. Great. Next. Different types of operating system. Of course, this part is there. Different types of operating system, different operating system. And in Windows, what type of versions you are having? What is server operating system? Small differences are there. This is two questions asked directly in interview. So that's why I added here. One is web browser and operating system, RAM and hard disk differences. Okay. And another one is your Windows and Linux operating system differences. So that's we will discuss today. And then once it is completed, we'll see about. Okay. So we'll start again. Types of operating system, guys. Different types of operating system. Mm, what you can say, simple operating system, network operating system. Different types of, I mean, in the types also, different types also there. Okay, means this based on one something, based on something like that, there is a differentiation. Types of operating system. Okay, one is like a simple operating system, network operating system. Simple operating system means basically it's a desktop operating system. Simple operating system is desktop operating system. Desktop means what we are using is desktop OS. And Windows 10 is a desktop. Windows 11 desktop operating system. Okay. Generally, Microsoft based desktop operating. Desktop OSs are mainly for your running your applications. Okay. What is the purpose of this PC is to run different applications, playing games, data processing, multimedia, audio, video kind of stuff we are doing, right? Web browsing, programming, right? So end user device it is, or we can say client PCs. Some desktop operating systems run as a client means we are accessing something from outside to here, right? You're accessing, you're getting an IP address, you're getting web applications, you're accessing something from there to here, right? You're accessing YouTube, you're using this Microsoft Teams to get sharing of screens, right? So different things we are accessing. That's called like a end user device it is. We are not providing anything to anyone, but we are getting, okay? We are not providing, we are taking, we are getting. So like that, that's a desktop operating system. Purpose is, yes, again, applications, gaming, data processing, multimedia, web browsing, okay? So programming, right? Different kind of things we do it. It is a client PC or a end user device, you can say. Network operating system is like a server operating system. The network operating system means different types of services we provide from this machine. We are providing a service. Desktop means getting a service. Okay, providing a service is a network operating system. Simple operating system is getting services. Simple operating system means get desktop OS. Network operating system is server type of operating system. Windows Server operating systems are there. Latest version is 2022, Windows Server 2022. 2019, 2016, like a, so there is different versions are there in a Windows Server operating system. Linux based operating system, Unix based operating systems also available for a server operating system purpose. The server operating system support different server based applications, web server application, mail server applications, okay. Different type of like a file services related applications, their services, okay. So different type of server application it will support. It contains some built-in features or services like a DHCP, DNS, web mail and authentication services. So different type of services it is provided. So you are getting an IP address from DHCP server. From server you are getting. So server means it is provide a service. So you are getting IP address from DHCP server. You are getting a web access from web server. You are getting mail services from mail server. Okay. So like that, so different services provided by different servers. This how server can able to provide based on built-in applications or that configurations it will able to provide. Where you can do it in the server operating system only. The server-based applications and these services supported by server operating system only. Okay, that is the purpose of server operating system. This is another question, guys. Desktop and server operating system. What is their purpose? What is their purpose? Everything is important, guys. So that's what it is. Why I am telling 2-3 times. Okay, and mainly what is desktop and server operating system? Okay, what is server operating system also? Okay, the models like what are their versions or models are there, and what is their purpose? Purpose is important. Next, user and task. User and task based types of operating systems. Also types of operating system, but based on number of users or a number of tasks it can run. So based on that, it is divided like this. Okay, single user, single task, single user, multitask, multi-user, multitask operating system. Single user, single task operating system, single user, multitask operating system, single user, sorry, multi-user, multitask operating system. Microsoft DOS is a simple command line one only. So you go to the command prompt, it's look like this. Microsoft DOS is also like this command prompt only. No GUI, only CLI it is. MS DOS. Only one task you can run at a time. Only one task you can run at a time. Only one command you can able to execute at a time. Only one user can able to log in and do it. So that is called a single user, single task. Multiple tasks you can run. Next, single user multitask. Only one user can log in at a time. For example, in my PC, I can log in. If someone want to log into my PC, I have to log out, then only other person can able to log in. Either directly on the system or remote access also, only one single user can log in at a time. Okay. So mainly Windows based operating system, whether it's Windows Server or Windows desktop operating systems or single user multitasking, multiple tasks you can run it. So I open web browser, I open Google Chrome browser, another web browser, Paintbrush, okay, Microsoft Teams, different applications I am running, multiple tasks I am doing it, but only one user can log in at a time. Multi-user multitask. Best example is Linux-based operating system, Unix-based operating systems, or multi-user multitask operating system. Okay, so it means multiple users can log into same system either physically or remotely also through remote access also they can able to do. Multiple users can log in and of course we can do multiple tasks in it. Yes, understand this? Single user, single task, multi-user, multitask, single user, multitask.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Mhm. Next type of operating system, you can try these two things in the Google. Okay, real-time operating system, distributed operating system. Distributed operating system, you can try yourself. Okay, but just I'm giving only one point because I have to tell you. Okay, that's just for idea purpose. Remaining just search for what is that one when you have a time. Okay. Means one operating system can run on a multiple PCs, multiple processors or a multiple system. Only one operating system is running. That's called a distributed operating system. Distributed applications also means one set of applications runs on the multiple systems. That is distributed applications. So distributed operating system runs on the different processors or a different systems. That is distributed operating system. Real-time operating system means, guys, what we are using is Windows or Linux or Mac operating systems, or someone build that operating system for general purpose only. We are utilizing for different type of purpose. Means I'm using for programming or a class designing purpose or a video creation purpose, right? Some are using for only playing games, some are using for only programming purpose. So only for browsing purpose only. So different purposes we are using this operating system. So like a general purpose operating system, there are built and distributed. But real-time operating systems are not like that. Real-time operating system for specific task purpose only. On specific hardware, specific task purpose only. If any need of changes, they will go into change it. So they design this operating system only specific hardware for specific type of operating system, not a general one. Okay. So usually in satellites that stations are there. So they use their own specific real-time operating systems. IoTs nowadays, IoTs, you can build your own operating system for your IoT device for your specific functionality purpose, specific commands you can give. Not a P programming, also P programming is there, but also you can get some design, some user interface to give some instructions to it, right? For specific purpose only, not a general purpose. Okay. If you want, you can watch that. Like, our Linux, Windows operating system having updates from their publisher, right? But in this real time, so we are building that OS means we have to do the updated new version, new information as per our requirements only. Okay. Finally, mobile phone operating system. Mobile operating systems or mobile phone operating systems are there. So these are the different operating systems. So mobile phone operating system mainly for mobile phone purpose only. Android, iOS, most known operating system nowadays. But there is a few operating systems also there. Okay, maybe now or maybe in few earlier we have this from Nokia Symbian, from Samsung Tizen, from BlackBerry. The BlackBerry voice is the most popular voice in the world in days. BlackBerry mobile phones designed BlackBerry mobile phone. They designed BlackBerry OS. That time it's voice-oriented mobile phones, QWERTY keypads. They launched QWERTY keypads. Now it is gone from the market almost. They are trying to come, but gone. Windows Phone. Windows is there from so many years back, okay, but later it is they merged with Nokia. Then they released some Lumina series with the Nokia and Windows Phone to give a competition for Android. But Android is available much cheaper with more flexible applications. So obviously Android win in the market, Nokia gone in the market with Windows. Again, Nokia is came back with the Android again, not with the Windows. But in a very olden days, older than what we before we know what is smartphone. So AT&T, Dell, HTC mobile phones are came with the Android Windows operating system inside before Android. Okay, these are the different types of operating system: SOS, NOS, user and task based, single user multi-user multitask, mobile operating systems, okay, distributed and real-time operating system. Okay, types of operating system are okay. Okay, now let's see. Different operating system, different types of operating system, different operating system and different. You are using different types of operating system, different operating system. Windows operating system, for example. Windows desktop OSs are there, server OSs are there. For example, Windows 11 is there, Windows 2019 server, 2022 server. Okay, Linux-based operating systems, Saint OSs, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Debian, Ubuntu, Fedora, SUSE, like different Linux flavored operating systems are there. Mac operating system, another different operating system it is. Unix-based operating system, HP, UX, Solaris, another different operating systems are there. Guys, in Windows, desktop operating system, generally different versions are there. What versions means? Windows 7, 8, 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11. So these are all called versions. So which version you are using? 10, Windows 10, Windows 11. So 10 and 11 is the versions, editions. When you check about your system configuration, you see editions: Home Edition, Pro Edition, Enterprise Edition. Each edition having additional features than other one. Home Edition is general purpose, like mainly for a home purpose only. Generally, what we are using is home purpose. Okay. But Pro Enterprise is having additional features like Hyper-V feature is there in Home and Pro. BitLocker, local group policies, work folder, app locker. You can join into the domain kind of stuff. You can do it in the this Pro and Enterprise editions. Okay. Editions means Home Pro Enterprise. Version means 10 or 11. Got it, guys? Windows desktop editions or versions.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very good. Again, I've written for a server operating system here. Okay. The server operating system is like a from Microsoft server. There are a lot of server operating systems are released from Windows NT 2000, 2003 to 2022. Lot of server operating system, Windows, Microsoft, Windows operating systems are released. Even in a Linux also server operating systems, different distributions are came. For example, Fedora, Divine kind of stuff, operating system came up. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, Fedora flavored OSs are there. Oracle Enterprise Linux, Fedora based. Ubuntu Divine is similar kind of Linux based operating system like that. Okay. So these are the different uh, differentiation. Okay. Just take a 2 minutes relax, guys. Just 2 minutes only. Then I need